Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll set up to throw. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Porter. It'll be a pickup at 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now. Back deep, Isaiah McKenzie. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. To return is McKenzie. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. They begin on the ground with Kamara. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd downs.
And now the up man has it. It's a fake, and the gamble pays off. They get the first. So they get the 1st down. Maybe not a huge play in terms of yardage, but the fake punt does the job. And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to. Whatever the method there, it worked for them.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, element of surprise and just a strong belief that, hey, we're going to get it done.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. The Saints had 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they moved back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year, because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
On 3rd down, Buckner. Isaac. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Falcons grab it. And shutting him off, now open field. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case, wide receiver, you got to be careful.
I certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
Ready, set.
They'll look to throw. That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were...
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Troy Pride. And the Falcons are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 44 yards. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
Yeah, boy, that was something to watch, wasn't it? How about the way these guys came out here in the first quarter? They really put their stamp on this game early with their play calls, and they certainly look good so far.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
Saints nothing. Youngway Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. McKenzie now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. To throw on second down. Buckner. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Buckner, he's going to look deep down the field. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are back within a score. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make...
And he works free. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. He finds his man, complete. That's Porter. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play, and they'll be left with second and a couple. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. They'll look to throw again. Try to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good, and then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
On second down, Kamara. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Again, it's Kamara. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. That one goes for 8 yards.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
They'll let this go for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Buckner. And that will be incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there, perfectly executed crossing route. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Back to throw now on first down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Buchanan. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Touchdown, Falcons!
Touchdown.
Drake London with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Falcons go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 21-7.
Falcons 21, Saints 7. Young Wei Koo to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. McKenzie now from his end zone. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. First and 10. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Kamara gets it again on second down. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
It's third down and
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Finding Taysom Hill complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Disrupting that play and dropping him was Arnold Ebiketie. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Looking to throw on second down. Buckner firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Throwing on third and long. Buckner. And that is incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now, it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
On the set.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone, and with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it...
He's got a man, complete!
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to go up top again. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
Arnold Ebiketie. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. He is going to find Hill here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On 1st and 10, Buckner. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again.
it 3rd and 2.
On 3rd and 2, Buckner. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's a really good job in execution. They avoided the flag downfield and avoided giving up yardage for free. Really good coverage.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion. And they're going to try this again. It's another fake.
4th and short in this part of the field. You just notice special teams coordinators rallying the team saying, watch the fake, watch the fake. But Brandon, don't they usually say that on every punting situation?
Oh, yeah, they can be up 40 in the 4th quarter. That's their job. They scream that every time.
And this time, though, his team locked in, and they were well aware that it truly was a situation that they could fake it. And they were ready for it and stopped it.
He finds his man, complete. That's Buchanan. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Gain of 15. First down, Atlanta.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, we're standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Younghoe Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3.
McKenzie now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They look up at the scoreboard, facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They pop.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
And that one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. You come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there.
His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 24.
Saints 7. Younghoe Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. McKenzie now from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. picked by Tarvarius Moore.
And the Falcons are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball.
Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time.
Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of...
He's got a man complete. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 41 yards. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Touchdown! Isaiah McKenzie, an 11-yard touchdown.
And the Saints take the first turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Now the Saints offense will remain on the field and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. Rolling to his left. And he'll find his way in for 2. Back to a 2-score game. The lead's come to 16. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. Back to throw here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Paulson and Debo. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting. I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Operating from the gun, Buckner. And it's caught, the tight end Hill. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Looking to throw. Buckner. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Falcons will take over here just shy of the 30.
Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On second down, it's Porter. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up in a 3rd and 9 situation.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. On the return, it's Kamara.
So call that a 56-yard punt with a return of about 11.
And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And the last time out, they had the good drive going. You get in the red zone, they throw the interception. Not their first pick of the game either, so we'll see if they're more careful, more cautious here on this drive.
Yeah, nothing worse than repeat mistakes, right? You end up coughing the ball up, you end up throwing a pick, everything goes awry. And now, points don't go up on the board. I just heard a fan scream out. I thought the idea was to score points. Yeah, they're getting a little restless, too.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Arnold Ebiketie able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
To throw on 2nd down, Buckner. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Buckner. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Here we go. 2nd and goal from the 1. Up the middle they go. Porter. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. A quick hitter complete. It's Buchanan. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll go for it and run a little touch pass here.
And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. The trick play does not pan out here on 4th and goal. And the Saints able to come up with a goal line stand. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them, not necessarily that you look at your play.
There he goes, right side. He's at the 50, 30, 10, 5, touchdown, New Orleans.
Alvin Kamara.
With career touchdown number 96, he joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list.
And the Saints are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
They'll look to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the 4th quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a 1-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
Oh, good return up past the 30.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the offense will hold on to this one right at the 5-yard line. Lucky there. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
Looking to throw on second down. Buckner.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Off the play fake. Buckner. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
Arnold Ebiketie.
Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This will be spotted at the 20, so it's a 30-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. Pretty disappointing there. And yes, they get the 3 with a starting field position like that. 3's not what you're banking.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
The Falcons take over the first down at their own 18.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
Touchdown, Falcons!
Drake London,
82 yards.
and the Falcons are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. McKenzie now from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on.
And now here is another interception.
Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Now he'll throw deep left side. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
And the Saints are right back in this football game.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Buchanan. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. Back to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's the option. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 11 yards is the gain on the keeper there, but now it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Buchanan. And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
I can hear it right now that most people in our business are saying, why aren't they running the football? But I happen to agree with this strategy. They've had success all game long. I don't think they should go away from it. Too often, teams go into that protect mode. And
that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. From 3 yards out. And the Falcons have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Saints 24.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. McKenzie now from his end zone. And this return will net positive as .25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play. to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And even 150 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Off play action. Buckner. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Buckner. They'll get this out to Kamara. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Falcons, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here.
And they will get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Las Vegas Raiders.
Meanwhile, for the Saints, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs.
It's another one. We got another one. It's her. Who that? Big baby slide through in that drop top. Something about Benz looking cute. That's honest. Her and her friends, big blinks and snatch waist. Yeah, she brought the. Ain't no way somebody daddy ain't gon' give her the spins with her ends. Cause yeah, she did it. She did it again. A few more tracks and this time she brought friends. Big baby on her way up and showed the stairs to a man's. Now salute the general. TGLX got plans, yeah.
Alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this